Hey guys, here Marta Geek. In this video I have a hands-on review of the MLais M9 smartphone from GearBest.com. This phone was sent to me by GearBest.com so I could go ahead and try it out, and if I wanted I could go ahead and do a video. So disclaimer on that. Now first of all, let's go ahead and show you guys what's in the package. I already unpacked the phone like you see there. Over here in the back, this phone is a octa-core phone. It has Android 4.4, high HD IPS touch screen. Supported bands are GSM 850, 900, 1800, and 900 megahertz. WCDMA 850, 21 megahertz for 3G. Camera has a front and rear facing camera, 5 and 8. Memory, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 1 gigabytes of RAM. Connectivity, of course, BGN, Bluetooth 4.0, supports OTG over here. FM radio, has an FM radio. SIM card, it is a dual SIM card phone, and the battery is a 2800 milliamp hour battery. Now when you get this phone, of course, when you get it, the shipping is going to be free. This is a $99 phone. So keep that in mind while you're looking at this review. This is just a $99 phone. And this phone comes in here in this little bag right there. It says MLais. When you first receive this phone, you're also going to get in the package, you're going to get this right here, which is a little adapter so you can convert your charger into a US compatible charger there. Here, let's go ahead and see here. Here in the package, you also get a little, you see here, a very simple case that you just put it up here in the back, so you can protect your phone there from any scratches right there. Because for this phone, it's gonna be hard to get cases from eBay and Amazon, because not so many companies make cases for phones that are very cheap like this one. You got your manual, and you got your charging cable. I haven't been using it because I've been using the one from my phone, so you can use any cable that you want. This is like a 6-feet cable, and of course this right here, which I haven't been using either because I've been using my own charger. Like you see there, that's how you would put this right there. Now let's go ahead and show you guys the external features of this phone right here. Over here on the side, it has the power button. It has a volume rocker right there, and nothing more around here. Over here in the top, you have this charging port right here next to the 3mm headphone jack. And it's kind of weird that you actually charge the phone from the top instead from the bottom. This is how you would hold the phone, and it charges from up here. On this side, it has absolutely nothing, no buttons, no slots whatsoever. Here in the bottom, you only have like a little microphone pin right there. That's it. And in the front, of course, here you got the buttons, the home button, you got the back button and the settings button right there. And over here you got the front facing camera, which is a 5 megapixel camera, and over here you got a 8 megapixel camera with a flash right there. Over here you got the MLais, and you got the speaker right here, speaker grill right there. Here under the hood, let's go ahead and take this out so you guys can see. Of course, this is a plastic rear, of course. The phone actually feels plasticky as well. There's no metal whatsoever surrounding the phone. Here in the back, you got a 28 milliamp hour battery, which is not bad. 2800 milliamp hour battery. You got dual SIM card, so that means if you are one of those that travel a lot, you can actually have two SIMs inserted at the same time. Here it has a micro SD slot as well, which I put a 64 gigabyte. I don't really know what's the maximum capacity, but I actually put my 64 gigabyte and it recognized it perfectly good. So that's it. This is all you see right here in the back end. Of course, you got the speaker right there as well. It does not have NFC, just in case you're asking. It does not have NFC, but it does have Bluetooth 4.0. Now let's talk about the specs inside of this phone. This phone has a MTK 6592M CPU, which is an octa-core clocked at 1.4 megahertz. The GPU of this phone is a MLais 450 NP. And it has a 1 gigabyte RAM with 8 gigabytes of internal storage. Now, like I said before, it has a SIM card which you could put up to, I think, 64 gigabyte. It's not really clear up to how much you can actually put, but you can put, I put 64 gigabyte and it totally recognized the phone absolutely perfectly well. Now, on the screen size is a 5-inch IPS screen, and the resolution of the screen is only a 960 by 540, which sounds low, but honestly the pictures here on this phone actually looks pretty decent for the display that it actually has. So display size, resolution size, of course it's kind of small there when you compare to all the high-end phones, but keep in mind this is a phone that's only $99 unlocked. And there's also going to be a code which I'm going to include here in this video. Code is going to be M9. I'm going to put it printed on the video, and with that code you can actually get this phone for $91.99. And of course, free shipping from GearBest.com. When playing games and all that, and videos and all that, it looks pretty good. Video quality here actually looks pretty decent. And let's say, for example, let's go and show you guys a video right here. Like you see here, looks pretty nice. The speaker wise, it sounds good as well.
Especially tough when
so the speakers are right here in the back, like you see.
These are the guys you want to have hitting with runners on base. First pitch on the way. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike one.
And of course, you could down the volume from right here. And like I said, the video quality, it is very decent. It looks very good for the price that you're paying. So when it comes to the screen, I don't really have to complain that much, because when you're playing game, I already tried this phone with lots of games already, and it plays very good. The games are playing very smooth, and it's also the colors that you see from the phone, from the screen, also looks very good as well. And that's it. So let's go ahead and show you guys here so you guys can see that's running 4.4 right there. KitKat, like you see there, is running 4.4. KitKat 4.4.2. And I don't know if it's gonna be getting a update to Lollipop, which for the price of this phone, maybe not. I don't know. Who knows if it's getting any support for a Lollipop. But 4.4.2, I think it's pretty decent enough. So everything that you're gonna see here is stock Android. So you will see that everything is very simple looking, and there's not too much bloatware on this phone as well. There isn't any bloatware on this phone. The only apps that you actually get is the flashlight, the FM radio, and everything else is like stock Android. And another thing is that you're gonna have to also download some of the stock Gmail, like for example Gmail apps, the calendar apps and all that, because this phone basically comes almost stripped down to almost having no apps whatsoever. So when you get this phone, you're actually gonna have to install YouTube, Gmail, almost every Google app as well. So you might have to keep that in mind as well. So here in the camera, like you see right here, the camera app looks very simple here. You got normal view right there. You got over here, you got let's go ahead over here. Here you got live photo mode, which is kind of weird. It takes a photo and it takes like a 3-second video as well. So right here you would put it here normally, here in normal. You got face beauty mode right there, and you got panorama mode right there as well. Over here you got, of course, to switch the front facing camera, like you see there. Go ahead and switch back again. And it also takes photos in HDR as well. You see here you got the HDR button right there. Thing to keep in mind is with this phone, when you're taking HDR photos, you have to be very steady with your hand because it doesn't really have optical image stabilization. Here in settings, you can control here the video capture with smile detection, face detection, HDR. Like I said, it takes 8 megapixel camera at 4.43 standard mode. If you go to full screen, it switches to 6 megapixel. So if you want the full screen, it's going to be 6 megapixel. If you want the 4:3, right there is going to be 8 megapixel. In the video quality, it actually takes video up to 1080p, but right now, which is kind of weird, it says video quality and it says fine. You got high, you got medium, and you got low. It doesn't really say 720, 1080p, but I already took a couple videos here already at fine, and it's actually 1080p. When you go to the gallery, let's see if I show you guys. When you go here to the gallery and look for one of the videos taken with this phone, let's go ahead here, right here. This is a video taken with this phone. Detail, like you see here, the resolution of this phone 1920 by 1088, so it's basically 1080p. So it doesn't really say 1080p or 720p when you're choosing the video quality, but yes, when it's in fine, it's in 1080p. When it's in high, it records at 720p. Like I said before, this phone is running stock Android, but it still has a couple features that are exclusive to this phone. Like for example, motion and gestures. Here you could go ahead and set that up. And you can also select right here, where is it? Gesture wake, which is a very cool feature that lets you wake the phone doing gestures on the phone with the screen off, completely off. Like for example, if I turn it off right here and it's right there, if I circle, it'll open Flipboard because I have it set up to open Flipboard. So the great thing is that you can actually assign whatever app you want to open when you do the gestures. That's very, very cool. You click again. Let's go ahead and try it out again. Let's go ahead and open up YouTube. I put V for YouTube because it didn't actually have a Y. So like see here, it opened YouTube right away. Very cool. Here, let's go ahead and you could go Z for flashlight. So like you see there, it actually has a flashlight which is already installed inside this app. This is a default flashlight of the phone. And for example, I could go at E and it opens up the internet, and I put Google Chrome as my default web browser. And it's very, very easy to do here. All you gotta do is go there, like here, gesture wake. And right here, like see there, it says Flipboard on gesture 0 or circle or O, it's Flipboard. But if I want to change that, I could go ahead and, for example, put the calculator, put there, click, get out of here. And when it's off, I could go ahead and circle. So I can open up, let me see. There you go. So I got the calculator there. So that's a very cool feature that I wish my phone actually had. And of course, when you enable that, when you enable the gesture wake, you can also double tap on the phone. It will also wake up the phone, which is another cool feature that I used to like from the LG G3. Now, like you see here, I already did a couple tests with Antutu and Geekbench, and the scores were pretty decent. Like you see there, 27, 817, which is not bad. And when it comes to Geekbench 3, single core, it scored 370, multi-core 2008. Another thing to keep in mind is that when you're using this phone, it also depends where you live at, because where I live at here in El Paso, it takes pretty decent 3G. So most of the times my phone will switch from G. It'll go to 3G H+, which is a lot more faster. It's basically like HSPA 4G. And you got G with the E here on the top, which means edge. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it means, is edge. So normally when it's on 3G, you're gonna see it right here on G. For example, in my location, whatever location you live at, it might vary, but in my location, my phone actually switches a lot from G from 3G H plus, which is pretty good. The speeds are pretty decent, and GE is basically Edge, so that means that if you're web browsing or watching a video, it's gonna take a long time to load the videos as well. That is it. I gotta say, for $99, I think this is a phone that if you are needing for a second phone or a phone for your kids or something like that, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed because it's only $99. And of course, if you use the code that I'm putting here on the screen, which is M9, the phone is gonna come up to you to $91.99, including free shipping, from GearBest.com. So I'm gonna leave a link in the descriptions that will take you to the product, and you can see the price there. You can see more photos, you can see more specs in depth, and from there you could go ahead and if you want to buy, you could go ahead and buy it. Keep in mind the audio quality when you're making calls actually sounds very good on both ends. I already did try it a couple times already, making phone calls to my wife, and she says it sounds great, and I think that's a good thing, because you know, if you're buying a phone like this, most likely you're not gonna get the best specs out there. So you can't compare this phone to a Galaxy S5 or Galaxy S6 or a Galaxy Note 4 or Note 3 whatsoever. But for the price, I think it's not bad, especially if you live in a location where you can get full access to all the antennas here, and you can get perfect 3G and a 3G HSPA. That'll be even better. So I'm gonna leave in the description all the antenna, this right here, all the signals that are compatible with this band phone, the smart supported bands, and from there you could look at it and you could either call T-Mobile or AT&T and whatsoever and ask for what are the bands that they actually use for 3G, and if you see it here, that means that it is compatible. Other than that, guys, this is it for this review of this phone. Like you see here, the profile of the phone is very, very slim. It fits perfectly great in my hands, and the screen feels very good, even though the resolution of the screen, like I said, it's only 960 by 540, but the colors in this screen are pretty nice. It doesn't look very bad at all, and the games, when I'm playing games on this phone, it works pretty good. I already tried games like Looney Tunes, Champion, Marvel Champions, the racing game, Fast and Furious racing games, Spider-Man, and other games, and it actually works really good. It runs the games really good, and the videos that you see in this video from the game, playing these games, I actually had enabled the CPU power saving mode, which I always forget that it's right here, because it really doesn't have a toggle where I could turn the power saving mode on and off. So if you put it on, if you select this to on, the power of the CPU is gonna minimize, so it could save a lot more battery. And if you're running a game that requires a lot of power, you might see lag. You might see frame rate issues, but make sure you turn this off if you're going to be playing games. That way the experience, it's a lot more better as well. So guys, that is it for this phone, for this video review of the MLais M9 from GearBest.com. I'm going to leave a link in the descriptions with a code as well. And I'm going to leave the supported bands, so you can compare it to your location and figure out if it's worth buying for you or not. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Till next time.